Portland, Oregon has more breweries than any other city in the world, and if you like beer, there's no better place to live than Portland, Oregon. I'm Rob Widmer, and you're watching PDXposed.
Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to PDXposed. If you tuned in 2007, you know that PDXposed pretty much hit the road. From Japan to Germany to Walla Walla wine country, we were all over the place. And 2008 will be much more of the same. This show, however, is all about local. Hi, I'm your host, John Olson, and joining me is one of my favorite guest hosts, Joff Metz of Western Aerial.
Thanks, John. Appreciate you having me. Having Western Aerial featured on PDXposed was quite an honor, so getting the chance to see some of the behind-the-scenes magic of the show has been a lot of fun. Speaking of magic, the music of the state of Oregon has been heard and has been influential around the world. So getting the chance to see the first ever Oregon Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony with Shel Bailey was the opportunity of a lifetime.
That's quite a statement. The Portland Winterhawks is one of the most impressive sports organizations we've ever featured on PDXposed. From their community involvement just to their warm, generous spirit as an organization, they're very impressive, and we're honored to have them on this show.
And you and Shel got a chance to spot up at the Columbia River Day Spa. I heard you got your toenails painted.
A man never tells his beauty secrets.
I've actually seen the photos.
Photos? Yeah. What I will tell you is that big band music is alive and well in Portland. Our featured band on this episode, the Bureau of Standards Big Band, filmed at Tony Starlight's.
Yeah, Tony Starlight's is a cool venue, and it's a real testament to live music that's available in the city of Portland, that you can see a wonderful big band in a club right here in town. The night that I was there, actually, there was a celebrity that came in, sang with the bands, brought the house down. So you're going to want to stick around for that.
Well, there's lots to stick around. You get to see Joff guest host, Shel Bailey makes an appearance, as does Heather Borgens, one of our past guest hosts who just had a baby. So enjoy this episode of PDXposed. We'll see you right after these messages. If you want the best and only true sports bar in downtown Portland, then you've got to visit the City Sports Bar and Restaurant on 4th and Washington. Come see your favorite sport or team on one of our many HGTVs. They'll find any game you want. All you have to do is ask. Come for the food. We've got a great lunch menu, and what a perfect place to get away from the office. Our dinners and banquets will make your mouth water. Come for the fun. We have loads of entertainment, and our weekends rock. So please join us at Portland's only true sports bar, the City Sports Bar and Restaurant at 424 Southwest 4th. Come for the games, stay for the party.
My name is Storm Large from Storm and the Balls, and you're watching PDXposed.
Living in Portland, you're immediately aware that you are surrounded by a completely vivacious music scene. This is Joff of Western Aerial, who last year won PDXposed Best Band in Portland.
I'm going to be talking with some of the guys from the board, including Terry Courier.
I get to talk to Art Alexakis of Everclear, Quarter Flash, Doc Severinsen, people that you had absolutely no idea were from Oregon. They're going to be inducted tonight.
I am here with a pillar of the musical community. Mr. Terry Courier, one of the inductees tonight is Elliott Smith.
With him passing away, it was a great, great loss, not only to our own music community here within the state, but throughout the world. We're just not inducting people into a Hall of Fame. One of the major things we do is to try to raise money for music education.
It's a way for us to be able to give back to the schools that have actually had their music programs removed from budget cuts.
Let's talk about getting inducted. What's the criteria? What do you got to do here?
The induction criteria requires you to have either been born in Oregon and having had an impact on the music industry for 20 years, or moved to Oregon and have performed in Oregon professionally as a musician for 20 years.
I don't want to leave you down. I don't want to leave you.
Talk to me a little bit about the Portland music scene. Why is that so special?
Well, I mean, it's special for anyone that's here. This is our home. This is what we do. I moved here 16 years ago, and if it wasn't for the Portland music scene, I wouldn't have had the life and the career that I've had. I mean, this is where Everclear was invented. This is where we all met. This is where we started, and this is where we've always been from. We've always been a Portland band.
I want everybody out there to give a warm Portland welcome for
Mark Lindsay, and Everclear.
So we have the one and only, the legendary Mark Lindsay here today, who's being inducted, right?
I'm inducted into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame, and I'm sitting here with Charlie Gruel, and you're asking me about it.
You're a busy man. You've had a rock and roll career, then you went into radio, and now you've opened the Rock and Roll Cafe.
What's next?
First, you're a big rock star, and then what do you do?
Well, I stopped performing about 2 or 3 years ago, and this restaurant thing just kind of happened, and the radio show kind of happened, and one thing led to another, and I'm waiting to see what's happening next, quite frankly.
They used to have these playoffs with Louie Louie on the radio, and we never won here in town. The Raiders usually won, or the original one.
Everybody that learns to play guitar at some point or another plays Louie Louie, and when I learned it, I tried to copy your solo. So.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and to all those poor kids that had to play it at every high school football game, we thank them very much too.
Legendary Portland band Shock, and I'm here with Roger Sauce, who is the writer.
Shock did 3 records on Fantasy. We had quite a few like funk R&B hits. One of them was kind of a classic.
Had the experience to go all over the United States of America and play with some of the greats before me and live some of my dream come trues, you know.
So the biggest part about the night is the fact that awards are given out. And here we have Blake Sakamoto of the Dan Reed Network, who has just won one. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Awesome honor.
Yeah, that's Blake.
Touring with the Stones, it was awesome. Doing a summer stadiums with the Stones. Can't beat that for what I did for my summer.
We're after the elusive Mason Williams. I'm such a huge fan of Classical Gas, as is everybody. The man behind the tune.
Oh, I wrote it back in 1967, and I was a comedy writer for the Smothers Brothers show. And when I'd burn out on writing comedy, I'd pick up my guitar and work out a bar or two. And so it was kind of written in between all those comedy bits for all kinds of people.
I'm Harley Waddell. I'm with the Korean War Veterans Association, and you're watching PDXposed.
Since 1976, the Portland Winterhawks have been providing fantastic hockey, great family entertainment, and fabulous community service in the Portland area. I'm stoked because my buddy Joff here from Western Aerial gets to co-host the segment with me tonight, take a little pressure off me.
Thanks for having me, John. I'm going to get out into the crowd tonight and interview some fans.
I'm going to go talk to the Portland Winterhawks, find out what's going on with those guys and what they do in the community.
All right, let's meet up after the game.
Seattle's in town, their big rival. Game on. I'm here with Jack Donovan, the president of the Winterhawks. How did you get involved in hockey?
Well, you know, quite honestly, we looked at the Western Hockey League a long time ago, and it just wasn't fitting for us at the time. And a friend of mine called me up and said, hey, you know, there may be an opportunity for you in Portland, which was the city we asked about back then. He said, oh, you'll never touch it. At the time, it was probably, or arguably, the best minor franchise in the United States.
How do you think Portlanders welcome the hockey, and what kind of things are you guys doing in the community to endear yourselves to Portland and the whole community, really?
Well, I got to tell you, this may be the best fan base of any franchise I've ever been around. They are a rabid fan base. They are interested. They are vocal. We have a lot of teams in this league that are very jealous of our fans.
I'm here with Elizabeth Larson, better known as the Rose Festival Queen.
Last June here at the Coliseum, I was picked as the queen, and since then I've gone to Pendleton, to the Pendleton Roundup.
You a big hockey fan?
I've actually never been to a hockey game, so this is my first, and it's pretty brutal, but it's very fun. They're big, tough guys, so I'm really having a good time.
All right, Tim, you a pretty big hockey fan?
I'm getting there. Still learning about it. It's a lot of fun. More of a football, but this hockey's really starting to get me. It's learning more about it each day, and as I learn more, I think it's a better sport and it's a lot of fun. And I think more people should know about it and get out, because it is a fun, exciting way to spend a night with your family.
Maybe how old are you?
6.
You're 6 years old. Is this your first hockey game? Yeah? What's your favorite part?
The players.
The players? Did you like Tomahawk? He was here a minute ago. It's pretty cool, huh? A big Winterhawks fan. What's your name?
Julian Audie.
Julian Audie. How old are you, Julian?
10 years old, and it's my very first game.
This is your first game? And you already got the t-shirt? That's cool.
You're one of a few players in the last 10 years, local players, to make the team.
To have my family and friends see me play in the same place that they did is pretty special. So
Very special. Give us your best road story, because you guys are on the road a lot.
our last road trip, it snowed quite a bit, and we got in a big snowball fight. But after it kind of melted off, it froze during the night, and a few of us fell pretty hard.
For every year that a young man plays for a team in the Western Hockey League or the Canadian Hockey League, for every year they play for us, if they do not get an NHL contract, we will pay for a year of school. That is not done anywhere else in sports, and it's a hands, it's at arm's length. We can't touch the money, and all we can do is say that this player has requested money for his schooling after he's finished playing, and they take care of it.
Favorite hockey movie?
Favorite hockey movie? Probably The Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks, yeah.
Bold choice.
My favorite hockey movie has to be Miracle.
Slapshot.
Slapshot.
I agree.
Tell us about the teddy bear toss, real quick.
We had over 20,000 teddy bears thrown out onto the ice after the Hawks scored the first goal, but they didn't realize that the referee disallowed the goal. So 20,000 bears come out on the ice, and the goal was no good. And so it's the first time in history, the teddy bear toss, where there wasn't actually a goal scored. But it was a great night. It was a world record. It was shown on CNN and the CBS morning show. So we got some national publicity out of it.
Fantastic, man.
These guys are playing their hearts out every single night, because we'll probably have half the NHL teams are represented at almost every game with scouts. This is where the NHL finds their players. There isn't anything like it anywhere else in hockey. This is the one, and this. If people are missing out on this, they're crazy. They gotta come. If they come once, they'll be, as they say in hockey, they'll be hooked.
What a great game, what a great event, and what a fantastic organization. I'm impressed.
So am I. It's been a great game. It's cool to see it this close.
Up close and personal, this is the closest you've ever gotten to see a game, right?
Yeah, we're about to get run over by the Zamboni. That's how close we are.
Lucia, make sure to check out the Portland Winterhawks, portlandwinterhawks.com, or check out the Memorial Coliseum for games coming up.
I'm Movia. You're watching PDXposed. I love hockey.
To be featured on PDXposed, please contact 503-702-7895 or drop us an email at info@pdxposed.com.
With a little extra time and just a little bit of extra money, you can enjoy the wonders of the Columbia River Day Spa. Let's go inside and talk to Mike, the owner, about this historical building and his amazing spa. Wow, this is amazing. What is this?
This is Eastmo Relax Dark Chocolate Body Scrub. You can come to the Columbia River Day Spa and have a warm up in our sauna, followed by an exfoliating body scrub, the chocolate scrub here.
Wow.
It's the sea salts and oils mixed with some essential oils that smell like chocolate. And then we have a chocolate mud wrap that you can have, followed by a chocolate moisturizer. So you'll leave here just as sweet as chocolate.
Tell me what we're going to do today.
Well, today we're going to start off with a pedicure, so they'll get a nice hot stone massage your calves and feet.
Fantastic.
There's 4 jets in the foot bath. The chairs actually massage and have heat, and we have great therapists to entertain us.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And then a little later on, there's going to be some kind of fancy facial.
Oh yeah, we're going to hook you up with a facial, customized facial with some microcurrent.
This right here, what we're doing, is a fantastic way to start a date.
Oh yeah.
So talk to me about couples.
Well, we have couples packages. It's really nice to sit down before your date. We have a couples treatment room here, so you can come in and take a sauna together, and then you can have a side-by-side salt blow in a private room, followed by a side-by-side massage, and you can choose whichever modality massage you want.
Great vacation spot. This is a great destination, and it's not days away. It's just like a day vacation for people.
Well, it's just a few hours from Portland and Seattle. I have clients that'll come down from Seattle or Vancouver area just to spend the day here. They drop the kids off at daycare, an hour and 35, 40 minutes they're here. They spend an hour receiving a pedicure, an hour for a facial, and then they're back home by dinner.
Fantastic.
So, we have a group from Seattle comes down, and our prices are so reasonable that the money they save coming to the spa pays for their hotel room.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to stay a couple extra days.
If you want the best and only true sports bar in downtown Portland, then you've got to visit the City Sports Bar and Restaurant on 4th and Washington. Come see your favorite sport or team on one of our many HGTVs. They'll find any game you want. All you have to do is ask. Come for the food. We've got a great lunch menu, and what a perfect place to get away from the office. Our dinners and banquets will make your mouth water. Come for the fun. We have loads of entertainment, and our weekends rock. So please join us at Portland's only true sports bar, the City Sports Bar and Restaurant at 424 Southwest 4th. Come for the games, stay for the party. Tonight's a special night on PDXposed because not only do we get to feature a brand new restaurant on PDXposed, we get to welcome Heather back.
Yes.
Mwah.
Hey, and you guys just got back from Germany.
We did.
Now, the great thing about Tony's Starlights is not only is it a great restaurant, but it's a lounge as well where you can see fabulous bands come here and perform. And that may have a little something to do with why our Mr. John Olson is in a tux.
Well, we're kind of going for the old-fashioned supper club feel, 30s, 40s feel in here without a thick layer of smoke everywhere. That's about the only thing. We try to make it feel like you've stepped back in time when you come here. We're basically built around our entertainment and our food. Our entertainment is generally old-style jazz, singers, showcase type things. We also do a smooth music of the 70s night here. We're just all kind of about performance and eating and drinking all in one space. It's kind of a grown-up's place to go hear music.
Tony and I just pulled up to the bar, and Rebecca just poured me a Manhattan. It seems to be one of the more popular drinks, along with martinis, dirty martinis.
Yeah, anything kind of old school is pretty popular here. I guess old school to some people means R&B from the 70s, but here we mean 30s and 40s.
Big band music is alive and well in Portland, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud to be joined by James Gregg, who's the fearless leader of the Bureau of Standards Big Band. I caught these guys a few months ago. We had to have them on the show.
Apparently, from what I understand, it had started off as a jam session. A bunch of guys that worked together at the Freightliner Truck Company. They got together, said, hey, we want to play some music, and some friends and friends, more friends, friends of friends came in, and eventually they had enough instrumentation for a full big band.
I'm a fan of this music. I think this music really appeals to all ages.
The diversity of age groups and backgrounds and everything, it's really amazing. A lot of the music out there today, a lot of it is fantastic. There's a lot of stuff that's really commercially oriented. It's maybe not the most challenging artistically, and I think a lot of people are hungry for music that's really centered on that artistic challenge and whatnot. So they like to come see the authentic big bands.
There's a reason I'm in the tux tonight. Heather teased our viewers at the beginning of the segment and said, there's a reason why I'm wearing this tux. I could tell the story, but I think you should tell the story about how we met.
I walked out into the crowd and I was saying hello to people. Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. And this guy walks up to me, big smile on his face, beaming, with his hand out. Hi. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, I've seen him before. I know this guy. He looks familiar to me. We got to talking a little bit and offered his services as vocalist and trumpet player. And here you are.
Regular here at Tony Starlights, I hear.
I am a regular here at Tony Starlights, and I'm also, I don't know whether you realize this or not, I'm also the bass player in the Bureau of Standards Big Band with John.
I did not know that. This is actually my first time seeing John perform in the big band.
I've only watched him from the back.
He says that's one of his best features.
I'm not going to comment on that, actually. In fact, I wish I had never brought it up.
What draws people to this place?
Well, the Bureau of Standards Big Band, for one. I'm going to see how many times I can work that in as we're talking.
And can John, you say that 5 times?
And John, I mean, everybody comes to see John.
I've got you under my skin. I have got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me.
To open a place like this in Portland, it's needed. It's great.
Oh, they're fabulous. I have loved every single night they've performed, and of course they pack it out, so that's always wonderful.
The Bureau of Standards is one of those bands that you just don't see enough of around town. There's very few locations that have a band this size.
I don't have my coat for every guy I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender.
Thanks for tuning in to PDXposed, and John, thanks for having me. Thanks to everybody in the crew for making me feel so at home, and congratulations on the new title sponsor, Divine Wine Distribution.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. We just signed a new title sponsorship for all of 2008 for Divine Wine Distribution to be our partners. These guys are awesome. They're all about fun and positive. And speaking of fun and positive, their owner, Kevin Novak, has actually agreed to be our regional wine expert on every PDXposed episode where we feature wines. We're going to be hitting the road with Kevin, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun having you, Joff. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime, and if you ever need a cheap beer expert, please let me know.
You're the man.
I am the man.
We probably will.
Done. And thanks to all the other sponsors for making this possible.
Yes, thanks to American Laser, Comcast, Latitudes, London Influence, the showroom, and of course our good friends Tim and his staff here at the City Sports Bar. We'll see you next time on PDXposed. Make good memories, everybody. From their community involvement just to their overall generous spirit.
Celebrity that sang with the band, so you're going to want to stick around for that.
There's a lot to stick around for, including Joff guest hosting, Shel Bailey.
I know that I'm going to be talking to Art Alexakis of Everclear. We've got the Kingsman, Louie. I just messed it up. Okay, let's do it again.
Good to support the home team.
My TV. My TV.
Yes,
what are you guys filming for? What is this? Is this PDX Exposed? What is this?
This is the Exposed. You are exposed.
Cool.